Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week, as well as the samples that I tested. I'm gonna jump right in. So I'm gonna start with the first one. This is so sad, but I pretty much just come to the conclusion that celebrity scents are just not working on me anymore. I think there are a couple that I'm gonna keep in my collection just to, I don't know, hope that maybe the ones that I really love and the ones that I'm really hoping are somehow gonna start working for me again. But anyways, the first one I tried out is this one here. This is my Pitbull for Her fragrance. I love this. I used to really love this on me too, but something about this is just not working on my skin anymore. There's something that is like a common note in a lot of my celebrity scents. It's something that's like a combination between the sweetness and the musk in the base with a lot of them. This one has some fruits in the top if I remember correctly. And there's just something about these fragrances that just don't work for me anymore. So yeah, I love this bottle. I think it's really pretty. This is actually a really pretty scent. It's like a slightly fruity, sweet floral that ends up smelling like sweet, dirty skin on me, like all of my celebrity scents have been. So yeah, this one is gonna be going into the declutter pile, which I have been amassing on my desk over there. Yeah, I'm sad about it, but it's fine. I've really come to terms with the fact that I just really need to do a massive declutter, deep clean of my entire collection, and then just start bringing in fragrances that actually smell good on me and work for me so that I'm happy with my collection again, because right now I'm just not super thrilled. I'm thrilled with a lot of my collection. Do not get me wrong. I have hundreds of bottles of perfume and in love with at least half of my collection, but there is a lot that I'm just not in love with. So anyways, that is Pitbull. That one's going into the declutter pile. I knew that this was the make or break it wear for this one, that if it didn't work this time, I was just gonna let it go. Okay, next I pulled out a fall scent already. This is usually the first fall scent that I reach for, even in the summertime, because this is one that I can wear in the heat. In fact, I can wear any of my CJ scents, pumpkin scents in the heat, and I love them. This is one of my, it's hard for me to say which is my favorite, but this is one of my favorites. This is Boo, and this is just a yummy, sweet, warm, creamy pumpkin. If you're just looking for like a warm, yummy pumpkin pie kind of scented pumpkin, like spiced, warm, creamy, sweet pumpkin, this is it. Like, you cannot go wrong with this scent. You cannot go wrong with a CJ Scents pumpkin perfume. So good, so long lasting. These perform amazingly well. I smelled like this all day, and like strong too. It's not one of those situations where you spray it on and it dries down to a skin scent, and yes, you can smell it all day, but like it doesn't project. No, this will project. People will smell it on you all day. It performs amazingly well. Love these. It's always like the first fall scent, definitely the first pumpkin scent that I reach for every single year. And yeah, this has made me really start craving fall scents. So anyways, that is CJ Scents Boo, such a stunner. And then the last like full bottle that I wore is this one here from Armani. This is Armani Si Fiori, and this is beautiful. This is similar, it gets compared to Killian Love Don't Be Shy, because I think this is like a blackcurrant, orange blossom. I think it's got some vanilla in the base, if I remember correctly. It is kind of like a version of Love Don't Be Shy. It definitely is very similar smelling. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a dupe though. It's a much lighter, it's just not quite as dense or syrupy smelling. It's really not syrupy smelling at all. It's more, I would say, like kind of sweet and creamy. It's really beautiful. I'm pretty sure this has got blackcurrant in it. I really love this scent. And for the longest time, I could not get this to perform well on me. It just did not perform well at all. When I wore this one, I just wore this yesterday, and when I wore this one yesterday, I smelled like this for at least 12 hours. It lasted forever. Now, I did have to overspray it. I probably went in with maybe 8-ish sprays, 6 or 8 sprays, I would say 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. And it lasted all day, 12, 14 hours easily. I love this. It's really, really beautiful. This is definitely my favorite version of C. I hate that they discontinued this. Not that it's like that tragic, because you can get, there are so many other scents that smell like this on the market. You know, it's not like a huge loss, but this was definitely, in my opinion, the best version of C. And well, I say that, but then I've got C Le Parfum, which is long discontinued, and I love that one too. But yeah, this is just a beautiful scent. I had to find my bottle on Poshmark, because even by the time I started looking for a bottle, it had been discontinued to the point where like people had scooped up pretty much everything that was on the market. So thankfully, and I never shop on Poshmark, but thankfully I found a bottle on Poshmark. Anyways, that is Armani Si Fiori. Okay, and then I pulled out some of my travel sprays. I guess I was on an Armani C kick this week, because I had pulled this one out a couple of weeks ago, and I left it on my desk because I knew I wanted to retest this. I have not worn this since I picked it up, and I think I picked this up from Ulta or Sephora not long after it came out. This is the C Eau de Parfum Intense that they released a couple of years ago, maybe a few years ago now. I have never been the biggest fan of just the original C. I am so glad I picked this up though, because this to me is, and I didn't love this the first time when I first got it, and the first time I tested it, you can see I do overspray. I definitely oversprayed when I wore this the other day. I waited until we had a cooler day, a day that really wasn't gonna get out of the 70s, because I would not wear this in heat. This is a pretty strong perfume. And again, I wasn't super impressed when I very first got this, but now that I've had this for years now, a couple of years at least, and it has had time to age, this is absolutely stunning. To me, this smells like a combination of C Le Parfum, the one that I have a bottle of that's been long discontinued, that I think is just amazing, and then the original C. This is like somewhere in between. See, and I was hoping when I picked this up that this was going to be something closer to Le Parfum, but it definitely still has the C kind of scent profile, but it also has the Le Parfum scent profile. It's like a really beautiful combination of both. I love this. I hate that I never picked up a full bottle. If and when I do work through this travel spray, I'm definitely going to see if I can find a full bottle of this, because I really, really love this. It's got that same black currant, and I don't even know if this has got black currant in it, but I think it does, because it's kind of got that same syrupy black currant, ambery scent profile that Le Parfum has. But then it's also got it's a more floral forward than Le Parfum. I don't get much of the floral aspect in Le Parfum. It's more, on my skin, and to my nose, I get more black currant and kind of amber than anything. This one is like that, but there's some florals in it. I love it. I really, really love it. I'm glad that I pulled this out. Something in my head just said, oh my gosh, you have not pulled out that Armani C perfume that you bought years ago and ever tested it again. Like, you need to get it. So I did. I pulled it out, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh no, with the color of that liquid, this is definitely gonna have to wait for a cooler day, because that's just gonna be too strong. And I was right. But it was perfection. It was so beautiful. Lasted for 10, 12 hours at least. Wore the entire day, projected the entire day. I did overspray a little. You guys can see I've only worn this twice, and that is the dent that I have in it, but this is stunning. I love it. So anyways, that is Giorgio Armani C, what is it again? C Eau de Parfum Intense. I don't even know if they still have this one. or if they've already discontinued it. Maybe if you guys know, let me know. Okay, the next one I pulled out is this one here. This is DKNY Be Delicious, just the original Be Delicious. I was gonna wear Golden Delicious because that's typically the second fall perfume that I reach for every year. But that one, we didn't have another day cool enough to wear that one quite yet. That one's a great transition scent, but I don't love to wear it in like heat. So anyways, I pulled this one instead because this is fine. This can be worn literally any time of year. This is such a fun but kind of really strange apple scent. It's very synthetic smelling, but it's not the apple that smells synthetic. This one, I could see this going hairspray on people on certain skin chemistry. It's definitely got this very kind of sharp, like synthetic, almost cleaning product smell about it. But I love this. This reminds me of whatever year it was released, 2004, 2005 maybe. I can't completely remember, but I remember I used to have to drive all the way up to Charlotte, which is about an hour and 15 minutes or so from where I live. But I would have to drive all the way to Charlotte to South Park Mall to go to a Sephora because we didn't have a Sephora here. And this will forever remind me of whatever year this was released because the entire mall smelled like this. I was still wearing Stella. In fact, I think I was already on my second bottle of Stella when this was released, and that's what I was driving up to Sephora for, was to get another bottle of Stella. And I think I also bought a bottle of Moschino I Love Love at that same time. The entire mall smelled like Be Delicious. Like it was wafting out of every department store. Sephora smelled like this. Like the entire mall smelled like Be Delicious. So this is so nostalgic smelling for me. I absolutely love this scent. It smells fine on me. It's not like magic on my skin, but this is a reformulated version, I'm pretty sure. Because this does smell a little bit more synthetic than even the original version, and it's not quite as strong as it used to be. So I'm quite sure this is a reformulated version, but I don't care. It still smells like 2004 or 2005, whatever year it was released. I love it. Even the reformulated version lasts all day on me. I mean, you can see I only wore 7 perfumes last week because all but one fragrance that I wore lasted all day. And for whatever reason, I didn't put another perfume on the day that I wore the one that didn't last all day. Anyways, I'm rambling. DKNY Be Delicious, such a nostalgic 2000 scent. I absolutely adore this. I've got Be Tempted and then Golden Delicious as well. I do need at some point to buy another bottle of Golden Delicious. I am a little bit nervous. I have not worn Golden Delicious since last year. I think I should be fine. I don't think that it will have changed on me or anything, but I'm really praying that that scent still smells fine on me. And since the original does, I'm quite sure that one probably does as well. But anyways, okay, on to the 2 samples that I tested. The first one I tested is Quelques Fleurs Royale from Houbigant. I love this one. When I very first sprayed this on, and probably for the first couple of hours that I was wearing this, I really, really loved this one. This is like a very vintage smelling sweet floral. It smells like it's got a vanilla base, but it doesn't. I think it's like the orris root and the amber kind of muddling together that gives the illusion of like a sweet vanilla. And then it's just got flowers in it, rose, jasmine, and this one also has mimosa in it. And I think the mimosa is where it went wrong. I said in the sample of the day video where I tested this that if the mimosa reared its head in the dry down, that this was probably not gonna work for me, and that's what ended up happening. So this was so good when I very first sprayed it on, and for the first 2 to 3 hours that I was wearing it, mimosa just doesn't, most of the time, mimosa just doesn't work with my skin chemistry. And so near the end, I was really starting to smell that mimosa, which does not smell good on me. And so this one ended up not smelling great in the deep dry down, but I still love this. The initial spray in the first couple of hours that I was wearing this, I loved it. It was a very kind of slightly powdery, sweet, kind of, again, it gives the kind of illusion of a creamy vanilla, like vintagey floral, and I loved it. But yeah, this one ended up just not working in the dry down, but it is a really beautiful scent. And if this works with your skin chemistry, I think that, and you like vintagey smelling scents, I think you would really like this one. So anyways, that is Quelcaflor Royale, really beautiful. And then the last one that I tested, this is an absolute love, went straight on my wish list. Such an incredible scent. This is a fragrance from a house called Chasing Scents, and this is called Tea Service. This is absolutely incredible. One of the best fragrances that I've smelled all year. This has got such a beautiful, like bright, but very bitter, kind of slightly roasty oolong tea note in it. That is, I mean, it's center stage. It is the star of the show, especially when in the initial spray, and probably for the first like maybe 10 minutes that it's on the skin. And this has got the most beautiful, like photorealistic osmanthus note in it that I maybe have ever smelled in any scent. A lot of the time when I smell osmanthus in a fragrance, it's done in a very almost kind of heavy way, a really, really sweet osmanthus, one that almost smells like apricots, which osmanthus gets compared to the smell of the apricots all the time. But the osmanthus in this is very like realistic and fresh. It doesn't have that super sticky, like syrupy quality to it that you get with osmanthus and a lot of other fragrances. This does have a peach note in it, and I was nervous about the peach note because I do not do great with peach. Peach just does not work on my skin like 90% of the time. The peach in this, I really don't smell the peach. It's blended just to perfection. It might be because it's listed as like a white peach note, which maybe is a little bit different from peach. But again, it's not like a syrupy peach. It doesn't smell like candy rings or anything like that, which I was so grateful for. It's also got a goji berry note in it, and goji berries, I don't know what a goji berry smells like. I've eaten goji berries before. They don't really have a like fragrance to them, but I can tell you goji berries are kind of on the bitter side, you know, whatever that means. For me, this is the oolong tea and osmanthus though. That's what I get more than anything. It's got musk in the base as well. This is absolute perfection. This is like a masterpiece fragrance. I love this. This went straight on my wish list. This is one of the most beautiful like niche tea fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. And for $115 for a full bottle of it, I think that is a complete steal because this is like truly, truly a masterpiece. So yeah, I've got at least one more wear in this, which I will be enjoying every drop of this before I pick up a full bottle. I'm gonna save it for a little bit cooler weather because I do want to test it in cooler weather. This wore off maybe, I think I got about 4-ish hours out of this before it wore off. After 5 hours, I couldn't even smell it on my skin, not even a hint of it. So I could have applied something else. I didn't. I think I just enjoyed this so much that I just kind of forgot about any other perfume the day that I was wearing this because this is just, it's so fantastic. But yeah, I'm gonna test this again in cooler weather and see if it performs better in cooler weather. I don't care either way. I'm gonna pick up a bottle of this. I love it. So anyways, that is a fragrance from Chasing Scents, and that is called Tea Service. And I've got another, I'm so intrigued by this house now. I've got another Chasing Scents fragrance that my friend Tatiana sent over. She's the one that sent the decant of Tea Service. And this one is called Weeping Rose. And I'm definitely gonna be testing this. I think this Thursday I'll test this one. I'm so excited to test this one now because I'm so intrigued by this house. But anyways, you guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I would love to hear what you wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.